Hey, welcome to Fit for a Feast. My name is Katrina.
And my name is Sloan. And today we're here with J. Elaine Marcos, who is an actress.
So how did you get to be in the musicals?
You have to audition for different things. It's like interviews consistently. And so the audition process for any show, you just have to go in, do your stuff, either do a dance routine, they'll teach you a dance routine, and you have to do it right away in front of them, and they have to see how fast you pick it up. And whether or not you have the style, so that's the dance portion. A lot of times for musicals, we have to go in and sing a song, and you have to sing what they call 16 bars, and it's just about 30 seconds of singing, and you gotta give it to them and show them what you got.
Can anybody audition, or do you have to have an agent?
Pretty much anyone can audition when it comes to musicals. There's this paper in trades paper called Backstage. It has a list of all these auditions that are available to anyone who wants to go into an audition and audition. And so a lot of times when it comes to musicals, you just gotta go out there yourself. When it comes to film and television, sometimes you really do need representation, but you can still consistently work without having an agent. You just kind of need to put yourself out there.
So do you have an agent?
Yes, yeah. And I'm glad I do have them because the aspect of show business, I love the show part, it's the business part that gets a little tricky for me because I just love to do what I love to do, and if I have to think about while I'm performing the business aspect, sometimes it's a little hard because it's like almost like two sides of your brain. You want to be creative on one side and the other side is very matter of fact. So I try not to deal with the whole business in a sense where it might bother my creativity. So they're awesome. They're amazing representation.
So how did you know you wanted to do this?
I used to do a lot of like dance competitions, and sometimes I would get I'd win certain categories, and my parents saw that I loved to do it, and thankfully I was getting recognized in terms of what I was doing well. I felt like I could sing and dance, and I loved doing it. And I also realized in school, a lot of my projects that I would do in school for English, or even I remember in my French class, I remember doing a skit of just the vocabulary words, and I realized that's just who I am. I love to perform and I love to do that.
So how did you go from being in high school to working in stuff like showbiz?
Oh, well, while I was in high school, there were auditions in Toronto for Miss Saigon. And I remember my mom driving me there because there was an audition notice in the Toronto Star that said they were looking for singer-dancers who are of Filipino descent for Miss Saigon. And I had seen that musical and I loved it. And so I thought, okay, maybe I'll go out. And you never know unless you go out and try out. I went out to the audition. I probably had the worst audition ever, but you never know unless you keep on going. And I would be called back year after year while the show was still running. I never got to do the Toronto company, but years later, I ended up doing the Broadway company. So I guess it's, how did I get there? Just from consistently trying and going out for things. Just like those papers I said, that you see there's an audition, you just go. And as scary as it is, you just kind of keep on going.
So do you have to audition for every part?
Yes, yes. Everything, every show, I've had to audition. Thankfully, you create relationship with the casting directors. They know your work. And so I'll be called in for specifically like Cynthia, the role in Priscilla. They knew what I do well and where I fit in, so they had brought me in to audition for it. So everything, you pretty much need to go in there and show them your stuff.
Thank you so much for coming. You're really talented. So see you next time on Sunday Chat
With Sloan
and Kat. Bye.